today, you guys. It is 2/13/19. Quiz tomorrow. All right, number 1. Let's rewrite it. Let's rewrite it as a p of x equals p for polynomial. 4x cubed minus 5x squared minus 3x plus 2. Right? Biggest exponent all the way down, right? Easy. The degree is the biggest exponent. The degree is 3. The leading coefficient is the number in the front, 4. The name, monomial, binomial, trinomial, or polynomial. And since it says 1, 2, 3, 4 terms, Derek, you're right. It's a polynomial. Okay? So you'll have like 4 questions right off the beginning. One might be a monomial, one might be a binomial, might be a trinomial, one might be a polynomial. So the first 4 questions should be boom, 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 easy points. You guys agree? Okay, now, here comes the part where we have to be careful, okay? So here's the thing. A lot of kids know how to do this, but you have to be careful not to make mistakes, right? That's the biggie right there. So let's put the 5x cubed and the 4x cubed together. We're adding, so let's go with a 9x cubed. Let's put the negative 3x with squared with a negative 2x squared. Let's make that a negative 5x squared. Let's put a 4x with a 3x together and make that a positive 7x. And the 2 is all by itself, so I'm just going to go plus 2. Yeah, Tony, you said that perfectly. We're adding, aren't we? Yeah. Okay, now number 3, we're going to subtract. But I don't really like to subtract. What I like to do is bring the negative through and add. Does that make sense? Because I make mistakes. So what I do to make it easy for me, when I see the subtract, I need to bring this negative all the way through so that I don't mess up my subtract and negative. I don't mess up a subtract and negative. So that's my first step. 4x squared minus 4x plus 5. Then I'm going to have a minus 2x squared plus 10x plus 7. So bring the negative through. And then now I'm going to just add. It's easier than subtracting. Just add now. 4x squared minus a 2x squared makes a 2x squared. Negative 4x and a positive 10x makes a positive 6x. Minus 5, positive 5 and positive 7 makes a positive 12. Okay? Yes?
How did you get 10x?
Oh, it shouldn't be 10x. How about I made a mistake? Thank you. See, even I make dumb mistakes. Thanks, Rihanna. So that changes this answer, doesn't it, to a... Thanks, Rihanna. I'm even on film. I made a mistake. All right,
Just cut that out.
Just cut that. Yeah, Tony. Okay, number 4. Thank you. I did make a mistake. Let's FOIL. Don't let your parents know I make mistakes, okay?
Well, they can watch the videos.
There it is right there, right? Okay, we're going to double distribute. 3x times 2x is a 6x squared. 3x times a 6, a positive 18x. 1 times a 2x, a positive 2x. 1 times a 6, a positive 6, right? I know they're going to hear on film, Rihanna, that, oh yeah, you were right and I was wrong, huh?
Yeah.
Rihanna, yeah. Add those two. 6x squared, because they're the same, plus 20x plus 6. Thumbs up? You guys can do this. It should be an easy quiz for you, right? Just the problem is making dumb mistakes, and I'm the best to show you how to do that, okay? We do, Tony, here. Can I give that to Tony, please? Okay, number 5. So on 5, let's just write it twice. 4x minus 2 times another 4x minus 2, and we're going to do our double distribute. This times this, 16x squared. 4x times a negative 2 makes a negative 8x. Negative 2 times 4x makes another negative x. And negative 2 times negative 2 is a positive 4. How am I doing? Am I going slowly enough? If I get going too fast, will you tell me, please? Okay. Combine the two middle terms, which makes a negative 16x. So my answer is a 16x squared minus 16x plus 4. Thumbs up. It's easy. Just don't make mistakes. Okay. All right, number 5. It's just a bigger version, right? Yeah, Max?
Did I just make a mistake, or are you supposed to add the 2x, or the negative 2x?
I added these. I got negative 16, yes.
Oh, I didn't know it.
That's okay. Always question me, Max, okay? So, number 5. Let's do a big FOIL. 2x times 4x squared is an 8x cubed. 2x times a 3x is a positive 6x squared. 2x times a negative 5 is a negative 10x. Okay? Now, I like to line them up. When Isaac did it, he did it going across, which is fine. Which is fine, right? When I do these, I like to line them up. So, I'm going to get a positive 12x squared. I'm going to put that right there. Does that make sense why I like to line them up? Makes it easier to add. Okay, and you don't have to do this. This is just my style, okay? 3 times 3x is a positive 9x. I'm going to put that right there because I like to line them up. And 3 times a negative 5 is a negative 15, okay? And now everything's lined up. I can just add straight down, right? So if I add it, I get an 8x cubed plus an 18x squared minus a 1x minus 15, okay? Thumbs up? Brianna, good.
Would you just really put X?
I was waiting for somebody to ask. Yes, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Good question. Okay, turn the page. Seem easy so far? Okay, everybody should be able to get a good grade tomorrow, right? All right, turn the page. Now, 6. Okay, there are 3 x's, so there will be 3 answers, right? It's already factored. You already have your mini equations. So let's do our mini equations. So if I go for x equals 0 and 2x plus 2 equals 0 and 3x minus 1 equals 0. With my mini equations, if I solve for x on all 3 of these, I'll get 3 answers. Yes?
What's the first one?
There you go. Thank you. Thank you, Hayden. So, I've got the 4x from right there, Hayden, right? So I just take this first part equals 0, 2x plus 2 equals 0, and 3x minus 1 equals 0. And then I'm just going to solve. First one, divide by 4, divide by 4. 0 divided by anything is going to be 0. Minus 2, I've got a 2x equals negative 2. Divide by 2, x is negative 1. Plus 1, 3x equals 1. Divide by 3, x is equal to 1/3. Now, if any 3 of these are plugged into the right place, it will make the whole value be 0. And that's why they're all 3 zeros, okay? Now, 7. 7 is a little different. What we're going to do on 7 is we're going to common factor first. We're going to common factor first. All right, so if I look at these two, and Derek, you were absent, right? So what's the biggest number, Derek, that divides into both of these? The biggest number?
4.
Bigger.
6.
Good. And Derek, how many x's do they both at least have in common? 1. So that's what they have in common. They have a common multiple 6x. So if I factor out the 6x, well, 6 goes in 24 4 times, and I took out its x. And if I went backwards, this times this does make a 24x, right? Then I took out a 6, so 6 goes into 6 1 time, and I took out its x. And again, if I go backwards, this times this, I get my 6x. Okay, now, what I have is common factor. I have my mini equations. Now it gets easy, okay? So 6x equals 0, and a 4x minus 1 equals 0. I just solved my mini equations, all right? So I'm going to divide by 6, divide by 6. One answer is 0. Plus 1, 4x, thank you, Isaac, equals 1. Divide by 4, the other answer is 1/4. Okay? That one's a little bit harder, isn't it? But you can do it.
I did it a different way.
Yeah. Okay? Now, number 8. A ball is kicked into the air and follows the equation. H equals negative 16t squared plus 80t. Let's say Nina kicks a soccer ball. And if you think about it, let's say Nina kicks a soccer ball and it goes all the way up, hits the ground, right? That makes sense, right? So to find the zeros, what I'm looking for is this point and this point, okay? The zeros is where the height is 0, right? So we set it equal to 0. So let's go 0 equals negative 16t squared plus 80t, all right? Now, I know one of the answers has to be 0, right? It has to be. Let's show why. So, common factor. What number divides into both of these? 16, actually it is. 16 times 5 actually makes 80. If you tried 8, 8's not wrong. 8's not wrong. I'm going to go all the way with a negative 16 and a t. Okay?
So that would be 1 or just be a single.
So I'm going to get a t minus 5.
And that would just be positive.
Yeah, how did I get that? 16 times 5 is 80. Okay? Now, I'll show you this when I get done. I'll show you probably how you can still get the same answer if you factor differently. Okay? Does that help? Okay. So then, mini equations: 0 equals negative 16t and 0 equals t minus 5. Divide by 16. Divide by 16. I get 0, which makes sense. That's that one right there, right? Plus 5 plus 5.
T equals 5.
I get that answer right there. Okay. Now, what do your zeros represent in words? In your words, okay? What do these numbers mean in words? It's the time it takes where it lands. Perfect. It's where it lands. So it's the height. So Brett says it's when, not where, but when it lands. When it lands, because this is time, right? This is not 5 feet. This is not 5 feet. This is 5 seconds. Does that make sense? So the ball is up in the air for 5 seconds. She's got a good boot. Boom! 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1000. Boom! Goal, huh? That'd be a big kick. Okay. At what time does the ball hit its highest height? This should be easy. Think about it.
Plug it in.
0,
2.5, right?
5.
2.5.
Everybody agree at 2.5? How come?
Because it's half the
It's halfway. Everybody agree? Halfway. That makes sense to me. 2.5 seconds is the highest, and it's going to come back down, okay? Is that easy? Now, I do want to answer Beth.